Cool. And Bom Lulu. Bom Lulu is also from Ulu.
Yes.
Beautiful. All right, let's rock and roll. Hello, and welcome to the Rock Metal Podcast. I am your host, John Harrison. On my left-hand side over here is my right-hand man, Gabriel. And today on... And today on Rock Metal Podcast, we have Bom Lulu. And they've got a new album called E863. Did I get that right?
Yes, E863. That was correct.
Beautiful. It was released on October 30th via Inverse Records. Right now I'm being joined by Jukka to share some more information about what Bom Lulu's got going on, what they've been up to, what they're going to have coming up down the pipeline here. So, Jukka, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Jon.
Absolutely. Great to have you on, and thank you for calling me by my Finnish name. I appreciate that.
Wait, what's your
Yes.
What's your Finnish name?
Jon.
Jon, huh?
Uh-huh.
That's easy to pronounce.
Yeah. Well, actually, Jon is what it is in most languages, just not in English.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In English, it's John.
Yeah, because my grandmother, my Romanian grandmother, would call me Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Mm-hmm. Jonathan. Yeah.
Okay.
Jonathan. Beautiful. Anyway, so let's go ahead and chat about this record. It was released on October 30th. Now, was that always the plan, or has coronavirus shifted the release of the record out to the end of the year?
No, actually the whole album was a surprise. So the date was, it was that always.
Okay, now you mentioned that the album was a surprise. So take us through that. What does that mean?
It means that basically Mikko, who plays guitar, did this first track a year ago about, and then he sent it to his friend who played drums there, and then he asked me to do the vocals, and we did one track in 24 hours and released it. So it was just a project song maybe, but then a month went and I got another track. Could you do vocals and lyrics and that kind of thing? And then it went on, and maybe when we had 4 tracks, we started thinking, well, maybe we do an album.
Okay.
And it became a band, and that's how it happened.
Wow. Okay.
So everything went quite smoothly, and here we are.
And here we are on the Rock Metal Podcast, baby. Okay.
Yeah.
So Mikko was jamming away about a year ago and got in touch with Janne, and then it says here that Janne also does the bass. So is he doing bass and drums on the record?
Yes, and also solo guitars, lead guitars. And yes, and all the production things.
Okay. So he did the mixing, the recording, and the mixing and the mastering as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Many hats.
Many hats. Yeah, without him, I don't think there would be a Bom Lulu.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Most important guy in the world right there.
Yeah. And Tuomas Laurila did 2 lead vocals on 2 tracks. And
Cool.
that's the 4 of us did this whole thing.
Wow. Very cool. Now, I guess you mentioned last year the first song was done, and then about a month later you guys had another song, and next thing you knew, you had 4 songs. So I guess how far back does this go? Did at some point you guys push into what ended up happening this year with coronavirus, and did that affect the writing of the album at all?
I guess it did, because during the summer we had already maybe 4 tracks, and then there was more time to do this, and we I think we decided that this year this album will come out. So there was a little bit more to do at the end of the to get this released.
Yeah, so I mean, you guys had a couple of songs. The album's got what, 7 or 8 songs on it?
Yeah,
7 songs. That's kind of an interesting thing. Was 7 the number you guys landed on, maybe for vinyl reasons, to put the record on vinyl?
not really, but personally, I was thinking that this album shouldn't be too long because it's quite, in my mind, it's quite heavy album, and also maybe I released some other albums that were too long. So I like the 70s albums that have 7 tracks, like Deep Purple or that kind of classics. So I wanted it to be short, and Mikko also.
Okay. Now, I guess maybe you guys could have released an EP instead of a full album, or maybe a couple of singles. Was that a label decision to release it as a 7-song album?
No, this was self-released, and we did it. We decided that way. But we are doing more songs, and maybe the next release is shorter or longer or something.
Yeah, groovy. Now,
This is a good start, I think.
I completely agree with you. Now, that you mentioned that you guys had a song done about a year ago and released it, is that Muistan, kuinka, meillä, ennen?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Now, my loose translation of that is, I remember how we had before, which doesn't really make sense in English. Is it, I remember how things used to be?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. So, a melancholic song, I suppose.
Yeah, it's quite melancholic, and some say it has some Alice in Chains vibes or something like that. I don't know.
Okay. Now, take us through this track, because it has a music video. You guys released it. How did you guys release it? Did you just make a music video and put it up on YouTube? Did you guys put it up on Spotify, iTunes? What went into releasing this track?
I guess it was first released on YouTube. But at the same time, we send it to everywhere. It's in Spotify and Apple Music and all those streaming services. So, well, it's quite easy to release a track to those places if you have done that before. You just need a photo and the track, basically.
Yes,
but we we wanted to do a video also, and we did that fast because the whole thing was 24 hours. So the video was also done during the same weekend, and everyone just took some video at home, and actually the whole track was recorded. Each of us played in their own homes. This is the room where I sang, and you can see it in the video also. So
I do see it, and what gives it away is that light fixture that is above your head.
yeah.
And it's a very unique light fixture. It's like a cage.
Yes. I don't even remember.
Beautiful.
I had to check.
All right. And then a Spanish classical in the background because you're a romantic guy.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now, this drum setup we got over here is a massive drum setup. We got like 5 toms and 1,000 cymbals and...
Yeah, it's basically like a 10 million piece drum kit.
There's a 10 million piece drum kit, and then...
And then we have it recording in Logic.
Is that GarageBand or Logic? It looks like GarageBand. trying to figure this out.
I don't even remember. Each of us had maybe different recording things, and then Janne, who produced, did his magic
All right.
with some better tools.
With some better tools. Actually, that bar right there is probably Logic. But
Yeah, we'll create Logic.
yeah, so 24 hours. That's fantastic. So, everything happened in 24 hours. Okay. Now, was this the song that got you guys signed with Inverse, or did that happen later on?
Well, we did contact Inverse Records when the album was ready.
Okay.
And we are not actually signed to them, but we released through them somehow.
Okay. No, that makes
They
sense.
were helping with the marketing and so on.
Right. Marketing, promotion, that sort of thing. So you guys made the record, released it independently, put it out onto the stores, but then said, hey, you guys speak Finnish. You're cool. Why don't you guys get us onto a Canadian podcast? That would be fantastic. And,
Yeah.
And here we are.
That's right.
That's right, baby. Sweet. Okay. Now, one of the other tracks you wanted to chat about today was Kaikki Ovet, which I have loosely translated as All Doors, which again makes no sense in English.
It doesn't even sound like Old Doors.
All Doors. What? It's kind of
Yeah, it's like all the pads or doors, or it's kind of hard to translate this Finnish words.
We use Google.
we use Google Translate, which is a problem because it's translating it literally, probably, rather than how to actually, translate it so that I understand it. So another interesting question, I guess. What is this track about? What are All Doors? I know you were just explaining it a bit, but what is All Doors? What does that mean? Or Kaikki Ovet? What does that mean?
It means that all the possibilities or doors or things like that get closed in front of you, and and that's not a good thing.
No, it's not. Why is the sky so
Basically.
gray?
But in the end, maybe it's not that bad thing. Well, I don't know how to really what to say about that song.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I do agree. It sounds like doors getting closed, but it does not even sound like Old Doors.
Okay, son. Sweet. Okay, now this one also as well has a music video. So I guess what was it about this track that said, okay, we did a music video for the other song. Let's do another music video and let's make it this track. It looks like it's in a rehearsal space as well. So did this happen before lockdown, or were you guys able to do this during quarantine just carefully?
Yeah, there was some period where we didn't have lockdown, but now we are again. But we did it carefully. It was quite close to release date when we shot these videos. We did 2 videos at the same evening. This Kaikki Ovet and Uuteen Satamaan. Because we wanted to have those as sort of singles while marketing this album.
Okay. Fan-freaking-tastic. Now, the album I have translated as To the New Port, which does make sense.
Yes, that's good.
Summertime.
Something makes sense.
Something makes sense. Now, I guess what's interesting is it's the new port rather than the old port. So, take us through calling this album Uuteen Satamaan. or to the new port. Why that title? Does it have anything to do with the record? Is the record a concept record, or does it have a theme to it?
I haven't really thought about that much, but maybe it's like getting to the better place or light from these dark days or something like that. So that's the new port. It should be maybe better.
Because it's kind of
Better
deep.
way.
It's kind of deep, Jukka. You think about it, because, well, to the port, you know, you can get in and out from a port, but we're specifically talking about a new port. So I think that's deep.
Yeah. I think some of the lyrics are quite deep, but I don't really know how to translate it all to to you now in English. It's in English, but yeah.
Now, the album being entirely done in Finnish, is that because the ideas that you guys had were too difficult to translate, or was it something you guys just wanted to do? Was, hey, let's do this project?
Not really. Mikko, who started this project, he just, when he sent the first track, he asked, could I do the lyrics and sing? And then the last sentence was, do it in Finnish. And I was like, it was a challenge to me, because all the other bands I actually have done in English. So this was the first time I did do things in my own language.
And what was that like, doing that for the first time in Finnish?
Well, like, this whole project has been very easy for some reason. I don't know. It was easy to write and easy to do, but maybe it also has something to do with the music. I found it quite dark or something like that, and it was easy to write that kind of. But when I do this, I do also solo stuff that is like acoustic singer-songwriter things. So I haven't been able to write Finnish words to that kind of music. So I don't know. This was easy, that I can say.
Okay, perfect. Well, Jukka, we chatted about a couple of tracks off of the record. We chatted about the record itself, the music videos. Quasi chatted about how things have been going on this year. It seems like you guys were able to take what happened with coronavirus and still just, come out with a record. Are you guys using the downtime that you would normally be doing with a tour, say, around Finland, that I'm guessing you can't do? Are you guys working on some new material right now, or what are you guys doing with this time?
Yes, we are working on a new song, and there's been ideas to do a maybe EP next year, the beginning of next year. But yes, I think we have more time because of this lockdown thing. But we never really have time because we have kids and all of us, and we are also working and so on. So it's we do things fast, but we have done music each of us so long time, so we don't waste time.
That's right. Do you guys still, I'm looking up Ulu right now, I'm fascinated, an air guitar world championship.
Yeah.
It's been held in Ulu since 1996. Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
You guys could promote your record by playing air guitar at this event.
Yeah, That's a good idea. Or the next video
That's right.
will be. Yeah. Maybe you could also join the video to play air guitars.
I could. That would be fantastic. I would be honored to do that. I've been... a lot of bands that I like are from Oulu, so I just find it a very interesting place at a town of... I'm saying the population is, what, about 200,000 people?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, a lot of great bands to come from a town that size. I mean, you guys must all know each other.
Well, I know some of these guys.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a lot of metal bands or underground stuff, and yeah.
Cool. All right. Beautiful. Well, Jukka, is there anything that I missed that you wanted to chat about?
I don't know. I can say that I have this cool CD here, and we also did a cassette version. That is, and I can send you one of those if you want.
Oh, well, thank you.
We can talk. We can chat about it maybe after this.
Okay. Beautiful. Sounds very cool. And then for those watching or listening in who want to pick up those for themselves, is there a website that they should go to? I've got you guys' Facebook, facebook.com/bomb.
Yeah, Facebook message, or there's also this Record Store X where you can order the whole worldwide.
Okay, perfect. I'll put those into the comments, not the comments, but the show notes. So if you guys are watching on YouTube, it'll be in the show notes down below. If you're listening in either on the website or on like Spotify or Apple Music, then it will also be in the show notes below where you can go ahead and pick that up. So Jukka, unless there's anything else, I just wanted to thank you for coming on to the Rock and Roll Podcast today.
Yeah, thank you. It was nice. Nice talking to you.
Go ahead and stop, sweetie.